Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Awesemo GPP Core, sponsored by No House Advantage. I'm going to be building 3 FanDuel lineups for the Thanksgiving slate, and happy Thanksgiving, guys. Got a pretty interesting one this week. Not the games that I would want to be ditching loved ones to watch, but that doesn't mean the prize pools are any smaller on FanDuel, so let's get them. All right, so I'm going to start off with the Dallas stack. I think the Raiders are a good matchup. They're 7-point favorites. Them and Buffalo are the obvious options. Now, the one wrinkle is Amari Cooper's out with COVID, and then CeeDee Lamb may or may not play because of the concussion. But I'm going to analyze this one as if Lamb is not going to play. So the guys I'm looking at, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz is a must. I don't really have a strong lean, but Dalton Schultz is a little bit lower owned, so that'll be my tiebreaker there. Now with CeeDee Lamb out halfway or a little bit into the game last week, Noah Brown ended up seeing a lot more playing time. Someone that they kind of liked last year, but it's just hard for him to get meaningful playing time with 3 good wide receivers in Dallas. So this will be his chance. I'm hoping that no one's going to really get to him because he didn't pop on the box score, even though he did get the playing time yesterday or on Sunday. And then I don't mind running it back with a Vegas player, hoping that this game stays a little bit close. I definitely prefer tight end or wide receiver. I'll go double tight end. Maybe people will be a little bit more hesitant to utilize the flex position for a tight end, but these guys really aren't tight ends, so that's easy to make an exception for. And now the 2 top running backs on this slate, I'd say, are David Montgomery, just a great matchup versus Lions. And switching to Andy Dalton, he should get more red zone work compared to Justin Fields starting, and more passing attempts to the running backs. So I do like David Montgomery a lot. And then I could go with Swift or Mark Ingram or Zeke. I think all of those are fine options. I'll go with Mark Ingram in this lineup. It remains to be seen if Kamara plays on Thursday, but he was not in practice on the estimated injury report on Monday. So unless we see some positive signs there, then I'm not going to worry about it quite yet. All right, on defense, let's pick a defense next. I probably want to pick the Bears defense in this lineup, or I could go with the Saints defense. That would be really the contrarian option here, since I'm kind of betting against the Buffalo stack by picking Prescott. I don't mind leveraging that once more by picking the defense against them. All right. And then I got 2 wide receiver spots. Got a ton of money, so really, I guess I can go with Diggs. I know I just picked the defense against them, but I really got to pick someone that's reasonably priced. So, and then Darnell Mooney is the next highest price guy. Let's see where that kind of leaves us. All right, very good value ranking. That means our line's projected to do better than most on the most lineups that will be in the contest, and then the contrarian ranking is 40 to 50%. So considering I picked the chalk stack, that's pretty good. All right, I'm gonna pick the chalk stack part 2, the Bills. I could pretty much recreate the same line of build. Diggs is probably a guy I definitely want in, and then one of the secondary receivers, so Sanders, Beasley, Knox. It looks like Beasley is a little bit lower projected owned than Sanders, so maybe I'll lean that way. And then this isn't a team where you really need a run back because Buffalo passes at a very high rate. So if they get up big in this game, it's likely due to passing. So maybe that'll be my contrarian move in this lineup is I'm not going to run it back. I think that Josh Jacobs is in a good spot this week. He's pretty cheap, and on No House Advantage, I'm actually taking advantage of the under 0.5 rushing touchdowns Now they have DFS contest prop style, so you pick a bunch of props, and whoever gets the most is going to win the prize pools. They don't have any juice on the over or under, so like a lot of times, like a running back, only the best ones are really favored to score a touchdown. So that's one way you can kind of get an advantage and no house advantage is just by going with the under on touchdowns. And you can get a promo code $25 match with the promo code Awesemo. All right. Running backs. All right. I went in with Montgomery in the last lineup. He's going to be popular too, so I don't mind going with Swift to get some leverage. You could even go with Williams and Swift, but I don't want to get too fancy. All right. So then wide receiver, I have Diggs and Beasley, so maybe I want to pick a guy from a team that's a little bit less chalky. One of my sleepers is Khalif Raymond. He's been the wide receiver 1 in Detroit a while, and Detroit isn't very good at passing, and they don't pass a ton, so he's going to be super low owned. Although I don't mind going with Noah Brown in this lineup. Since we just got him, I'll go with Raymond. All right, so that's my low end play for this lineup. Actually, I could go with 2. I could run it back with Juwan Johnson. Adam Trautman is going to be out for the foreseeable future, and Johnson is their pass-catching tight end in New Orleans. So I'm waiting to see what his playing time is going to be like. This is a very volatile play where we don't know exactly what to expect, but in a large field tournament, this is a guy I'm going to gamble on. All right. And then I got to get a defense. I didn't really... Okay, I'll go with the Lions since I have Swift, the running back defense, and I don't have anyone from Chicago. Now, the one problem is I left a lot of money on the table, but it's really hard to spend all the money on this slate, so I'm not going to sweat it a ton unless my value ranking is really low. So projection of lineup 1 was 116. This one is 105. It's saying that I'm getting a huge edge on the field in contrarian ranking. It's more contrarian than 90% of lineups. The value ranking is 50 to 60th percentile, so just about average. I think I can fix this by going with a chalkier tight end. So let me go with Schultz instead. I mean, a terrific option. This is more the ratio I want, where I'm more contrarian than about 40% of lineups, but still very good projected. So that was a nice pivot. And then my final stack is Goff. The Lions, I feel like everyone hates the Lions. For good reason, they're a run-first team. So I'm definitely going to want to have some Bears in this lineup as well to guarantee that we get some passing attempts. I think Josh Reynolds is someone that I'm going to look at this week because last week he got the most playing time of any Detroit wide receiver. And I don't think anyone's going to really realize that's his role on the team quite yet. And then I don't mind going with Hawkinson, but all right, his projection is 8.69, St. Brown's 6.67. So if we think that Goff plus Hawkinson is going to be in most lineups with Goff, I don't mind mixing it up. We'll go with Montgomery on the other side. I think that with Dalton at quarterback, the potential is pretty big for him to get a lot of attempts and catches. All right. Tight end, let's go with Waller. I mean, a fantastic option if you have the money. And I don't have to worry about getting too fancy in this lineup because I already have a bunch of low-end plays. I'll go with Stephon Diggs. I just have too much money to be worrying about value plays at this particular moment. And then this is a lineup that's kind of hedging against the popular stacks. So I don't mind going with the Raiders stack just because I feel like it's kind of a lot of the field's going to be on Dak, a lot of the field's going to be on Allen. So we're betting against those teams by betting for a contrarian team. So I don't mind doubling down there. And then since I have the Raiders defense, I don't mind throwing in Josh Jacobs here. I got 9,600 left. if Kamara plays, he'd be a great choice. But I actually don't mind Swift. That's a lot of lines, but if this one, maybe I'd want to pivot a couple of places because it's a little bit hard to foresee this game script where Montgomery and Swift get there along with the stack, but Swift does catch a lot of passes, so it's basically like having 3 pass catchers from Detroit, which is totally fine. All right, guys. Make sure to check out No House Advantage. You can get a huge edge because you're playing against other players and not the house. Promo code Awesemo. And let me know what you think about these lineups in the comments. And good luck this week.